When the fight starts, I look for that moment I can take advantage of.
Oh, I definitely got the power. If he could take my heat, he's going to surprise me.
Welcome back to the Sears Center. We're ready for our main event. Fedor Emelianenko taking on Brettt the Grim Roджерс and the tail of the tape.
Tail of the tape here is all about height, weight, and reach. Roджерс is a literal giant. Can Fedor kill the giant?
And the tail of the tape brought to you by FullTiltPoker.net. So we're ready for our main event. Let's go inside the cage to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sears Center Arena as Strikeforce and CBS in association with M1 Global, as sponsored by Rockstar Energy Drink, present the Saturday Night Fights main event of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds and a heavyweight special attraction. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and MMA fans joining us around the world, live from Chicago, it's showtime! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, undefeated in his campaign with a record of 10 wins and no losses. Tonight, looking to make his mark in MMA history, please welcome the top-ranked heavyweight, the undefeated big-time striker, Brettt the Grim Roджерс. And his opponent in the red corner, really needing no introduction to MMA fans across the globe. His record, 30 wins, 1 loss, 1 no contest. Please welcome the former Pride champion, widely recognized as an icon of Russian sports and the greatest MMA fighter on the planet. Here is the WEMA heavyweight champion, the revered, the respected, the one and only Fedor Emelianenko. Our referee in charge now to give instructions, Big John McCarthy.
Step over here. Let's go. All right, gentlemen, went over the rules in the back. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Fight clean, fight hard, fight fair. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Step back to your corners. Let's go.
So here we go, folks. The main event, Fedor Emelianenko, a legend in his home country of Russia, taking on Brettt Roджерс. This is what he's been waiting for, dreaming about, dating back to when he was changing tires. Fedor, so revered that former Russian president and current Prime Minister Vladimir Putin has attended his fights. Here we go. Saturday Night Fights on CBS.
Let's get it on.
And we're underway.
Big time fight atmosphere in Chicago. The reaction that Fedor Emelianenko received was thunderous.
Emelianenko and Roджерс showing respect. Roджерс looking uncharacteristically jittery.
He's waiting to punch, and it might be a problem. He needs a punch first.
Wild left hand by Fedor.
That jab of Roджерс landed, though.
Roджers stepping off now. Wants to keep this fight on his feet.
As long as Roджers punches straight, as long as Roджers punches first, he should meet Fedor at the end of his fist.
Fedor's already bleeding.
Yeah.
That first jab that he threw, it hit him right in the eye, right in the nose area, cut it.
Look at those feints.
There it is again, Fedor.
Roджers scrambling to get up.
The Fedor formula.
And he does. Roджers showing that strength. A lot of blood coming out of the nose of Fedor Emelianenko early on.
A lot of fighters say they're in the best shape of their lives before a fight. When it comes to Brettt Roджerс, I truly believe it. He has never looked physically better.
And look how Fedor's nose spectacular fashion.
And guys, we talked about Roджers having to win this fight ugly and dirty. He has to sap Emelianenko's strength. He's doing the right thing right now.
Doing it. He's laying on him in the cage. This is what we talked about. There's problems with the cage. Fedor's never been in it. He doesn't know what to do.
Wow, Fedor's nose. It may be cut as well.
It looks like it's broken.
And breathing will now become a problem for the last Emperor.
Look at Fedor breathing out of his mouth.
And Brett's knocking his wheels out from underneath him. He's chopping the legs out.
Dirty boxing was worked on by Brettt Roджers. Now Roджers may have confidence as he steps off again.
You know,
himself.
They say Fedor has the Tyson effect. Roджers is not intimidated in the least.
Fedor breathing out of his nose. Left hand. It connects. He throws Roджers down. Or tries to. Single leg. Roджers on his back. Fedor climbing up.
This is where he wants to be.
Short punches. Roджers. They say he's good on his back. He's got great hips. Puts him in half guard.
MMA is considered a game of human chess. Fedor is the Kasparov of combat. And that jab by Roджers has a look in the beast.
Can Brettt Roджers beat Bobby Fischer?
Fedor is relaxing here and riding out this position. He wants Roджers to push some energy into him so he can ride out.
He's got the Kimura. Roджers in trouble. But he pushes right through it.
He's too strong.
Now, be careful. Fedor, very dangerous here. If he can trap an arm, move his hips. Fedor getting pounded.
He's getting hurt here.
Fedor tries. There's the arm.
There's an armbar attempt.
And he pushes out of it.
And that's how he defeated the likes of Mark Coleman on 2 occasions. Fedor, a heavyweight that moves like a middleweight. Just when you thought he's in trouble.
Roджers is tired.
Roджers on his back. 1:17 to go. 3 5-minute rounds. Blood everywhere. Coming out of the nose and mouth of the great Fedor Emelianenko. Brettt Roджers, if he can survive this first round, it would be a confidence builder trying to set him up for the choke down.
Side choke position, but Roджers is so strong. He may have lost his explosive movement right here, but he is still a giant.
Going for the arm triangle there for a moment.
42 seconds remaining in the first. Both fighters taking a breather now as Roджers pulls him into his full guard.
And the blood that you see is the blood of Fedor Emelianenko, an athlete for the ages.
Fedor posted. Look at Brettt Roджers training his jiu-jitsu.
That's it.
Kicking at the knee to keep some distance. Edging backwards to the gate. Wild right hand misses by Emelianenko.
Roджers barely blocked that with his forearm.
Brettt Roджers is going to get out of the first round. He did some positive things, and it may make the great Fedor think about it. Mixed martial arts on CBS Primetime.
Here's how he got it started, how it all went down. A straight jab beats a looping punch. It crushed the nose of Fedor, and blood started coming out immediately. He was in range and ready to strike. Fedor had a big answer. That was that overhand right and left hook combo. How did Roджers stay up, especially when Fedor came in to finish him? Body, shucking the arm off. This is where Fedor was so dangerous. And ground action from the ref cam. Big shots coming here from Roджers. He sees it, he smells it. I've never seen Fedor hit like this.
We've got to fight, folks. Brettt Roджers learned something about himself in that first round, and Fedor learned about Roджers. Round 2.
Brettt Roджers, the first fighter to go into the second round against Fedor since October of 2006. That night, the aforementioned Mark Coleman was armbarred early in round 2.
Roджers relaxed, steps back, Wild left hook by Emelianenko. Emelianenko, the aggressor since the beginning.
Brett's working that jab and working that range very well.
The chance of Fedor now being drowned out by the chance of USA.
Fedor came in with punches and went right to the hips for the takedown. Roджерс is so strong, he just bumped him right off.
In between rounds, Dr. Bruce Hurst told us he believed Fedor's nose is broken. Now Emelianenko, wild punches all being blocked by Roджers.
Roджers is blocking him.
Roджers attacking now. Gets the underhooks on the cage.
Don't hold the fence,
With each and every scintillating second, Roджers continues to earn the respect of the man many believe is the greatest mixed martial artist ever.
6-1 odds favoring Fedor Emelianenko. And Brettt Roджers told us even when he was changing tires, he knew that one day he'd get the chance to expose the world to his talents. He knew he'd get the chance to change the fortunes of his family forever. For this 28-year-old former project kid from the Cabrini Green. Emelianenko hit him with a right hand and it's over.
Wow! Just like that!
Punch from the Emperor. One punch.
it's okay. You did good, buddy.
The throne will not be vacated tonight. What a punch! The shot heard around the world. I don't know who's happier, Fedor or his entourage.
Brettt Roджers, like so many in the past, wondering what happened. Let's take another look.
Roджers had the right plan. He was working the game. But bam! Fedor literally jumped into that punch and it connected right on the chin of Roджers. Jumped on him and finished him up. This is why he is so dangerous. One punch, the entire fight can change. And that stand-up was all about range and timing. And we said that Roджers had to punch first. He had to punch first. He waited for a second there. He waited 1 second. Fedor came over the top, clipped him, and it jumped right on him for the finish. Final look at it. This is going to show you where it hits. Right on his chin. Here comes the punch. It's too late. Clean shot. Fedor was literally jumping into the punch.
Emelianenko's 8th win via form of knockout. The last being Andrei Arlovsky.
Power and precision of this man is extraordinary.
Here once again is Jimmy Lennon Jr. with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 1 minute, 48 seconds in round number 2. A referee in charge, Big John McCarthy, stops the contest due to strikes. He is the winner by way of spectacular TKO, the one and only Fedor Emelianenko.
Fedor, first of all, congratulations to Brettt Roджers for fighting a tough fight. I think he deserves a hand here in Chicago. Brettt Roджers doing a nice job challenging the best fighter in the world. First of all, how difficult was this for you, especially after the first round when you received the cut?
Федор, ну, во-первых, мы поздравляем вас с этой прекрасной победой, то, что вы бросили вызов Бретту Роджерсу в его родном городе. Как вы себя чувствовали во время...
During the first round.
Как вы себя чувствовали во время первого раунда?
Хорошо, спасибо большое, хорошо себя чувствовал, слава Богу.
I felt myself really good. Thank you very much for asking. Felt really good, thanks God.
What was the key for you fighting a man that was taller than you, fighting a man that was heavier than you with a longer reach?
Какой был ключ к победе над бойцом, который выше вас и который тяжелее вас?
Присмотреться.
The main thing is not to be nervous, to take some time during the first round to learn a little bit the manners of opponent, and then to look for some weak place and to use it.
What did you see, Fedor, after that first round to allow you to go out and knock out Brettt Roджерс? What did you see in after the first round to allow him to knock Brettt Roджерс out in the second round?
Что вы заметили такого, Федор, во время первого раунда в Роджерсе, что позволило вам в дальнейшем его нокаутировать?
Ну, Бретт, безусловно, замечательный боец. Но я посмотрел на его передвижение ног и постарался подловить на его движение. На его реакции.
Well, no doubt Brett is a great fighter, but I watched a little bit his legs play, and I found some moment and found the weak space in that leg play.
Exciting fight. Do you foresee a rematch with Brettt Roджерс?
Очень потрясающий и захватывающий бой. Видите ли вы в будущем бой-реванш с Бреттом Роджерсом?
Если Бретт захочет, конечно, почему нет? Большое ему спасибо за этот бой.
If Brett would like to have such a rematch, why not? Thank you very much.
Федор Емельяненко, congratulations.
Я бы хотел всех поблагодарить за поддержку, за то, что вы болели за меня. Сейчас в это время в России, в моей любимой стране, в моей родине, молились за меня миллионы православных моих соотечественников. А это победа их, не моя.
I'm very thankful to all of you, to those who came here to support me, to those who supported me in my country. Right now there are a lot of people in Russia, Russian Orthodox people who are praying for us, and that's not my victory, that's our mutual victory.
Thank you very much, Fedor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Brettt Roджерс, we'd like to talk to you. Brett, you came into this fight undefeated. You faced the best fighter, not only pound for pound in the world, but some consider the greatest fighter in the history of this sport. Your reaction to losing for the first time the way you did?
I hate it. I'm coming back stronger. You see what I'm saying? This is, I mean, I'm so heated, man. I can't even put it to words. The words that I want to put it to. He wants to rematch me. I'll put it to you like this. I will gladly take that rematch.
But on this day, Brett, on this day, you lost to one of the best fighters in the world. Hold on.
All right.
Let's talk about it. You were knocked out in the second round. It's the first time you've touched the canvas. What happened? What did you see losing this fight?
What did I see was me doubting myself. I doubted myself a little bit. I should have threw more. I should have threw my hands a lot more. And that's the only reason I failed today, man. If I wouldn't have did that piece, I'm gonna come back and please believe I'm gonna throw him. Please believe it.
Okay, Brettt Roджерс, thank you very much. Fedor Emelianenko, the greatest fighter in the world, the greatest fighter in history. Congratulations, he defeats Brettt Roджерс. Coming up, we will wrap it up from the Sears Center here outside of Chicago.